outside. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful outside, 18 degrees, and we are doing a stretching, recovery stretching day. So welcome if you're joining us, or welcome if you're doing this video after. Today it's going to be simple but effective. And what you need for, by the way, I'm Steve from Infinite Training.
Michel Infinite Training.
So welcome again. You're going to need a foam roller or a baseball bat.
Look it up.
So if you don't have a foam roller, a softball or a lacrosse ball that's hard. So you can use a baseball. Golf ball is not as effective. So just if you don't have a foam roller, for $40, this is going to be a piece of equipment that either you shoot out or you use all the time. You either love it or hate it, but it's an excellent investment to have around when you need to get a cheap massage.
Nothing better than hands massage.
Of course. But it's a very, very effective tool. So yes, we're going to start off with a few breathing, and we're going to do 8 minutes per exercise of foam rolling. And we'll give you the option with the lacrosse ball or the softball. If you're doing, some of the exercise will be unilateral, meaning one side, and we'll break it down to 4 minutes, 4 minutes. All right. I'm going to start off with breathing. Just to let you people know at home that every class that I create, I start off from scratch. I've never done the same class twice in the past 6 years that I've owned Infinite Training. I've never done the same class twice. So it's always a different class. It starts from scratch like my golf, but then something happens and I keep on adding up score. All right, I thought I'd throw in that joke for Michel.
It's a good one.
So we're going to start off with just 5 deep breaths. You're going to put up one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, and it's so important, your diaphragm. What is that? It's the separation between your thoracic cage and your abdominals. All right, so one, you're going to breathe in, you're going to push out your belly. Exhale, pull your belly in. Breathe in, push out. Exhale, pull in. So your belly button's going towards your spine. Breathe in, push your belly out. Exhale, pull your belly in. Breathe in, push out. Exhale, pull in. All right. So we're just getting ourselves a little bit relaxed. We're going to start with our foam roller. We're going to be doing foam roller till you drop. Okay, we're going 8 minutes. And this is, how long shall I use the foam roller? Well, 8 minutes is a good number to really get the effect. I'm setting our time. So I'll just show you. You're going to put the foam roller on your quads. I'm going to set the time. And we're just going to take areas and we're going to roll back and forth very, very slow. All right?
You start the time?
Not yet.
Come on.
So just imagine. All right, and if you don't have your foam roller, you're going to go with one of the 2 balls that you have, and you're going to put it on your quad. So right on your quad, you're going to lay on it, and you're using your elbows to make sure that you're not putting as much pressure that you kill yourself. At 4 minutes, we'll tell you to switch. All right, so we're going to start.
Switch what?
For the, if you're using the ball to switch sides, switch legs.
Oh, okay, okay.
So pretend you're a good massage therapist, and your hands are the foam roller. And so you're telling the massage therapist to push a little bit harder, a little bit deeper, or a little bit less, depending on your tolerance level. So we're staying on a certain area. You go all the way from the top of the thigh. If you're a male, just watch out for things. And so you're just digging in, and you can stay in an area for a good minute. Eight minutes is long, but it's, again, we talk about a massage therapist. When they're massaging somebody, you're staying on it. You don't want them to just touch you and then move on to the next area. That you get a tissue response. So it's the same with the foam roller. Once you get that tissue response, where the tissue starts to relax, then you move to the next area. So that's why I'm saying I'm giving 8 minutes, and then we're going to move on to the second motion, whatever.
Whatever.
Second exercise, second place to work on. So you find the uncomfortable areas,
Like now.
and those are the ones that need your TLC.
It's not
Like the musical group? No.
Tender love and care. Oh,
Only 8 minutes left.
that's it.
No, 5 minutes. So it's like training. You're doing a countdown.
It's
So you can roll all the way up and down, and you can just find
oh my god.
the areas and then scan. So just going up and down to scan the area.
En massothérapie, ce qu'on commence souvent, c'est de global à précis. Fait que, ce que je peux vous suggérer justement pour le roller, faites toute la jambe au complet pour commencer, puis après ça, allez-y de plus en plus profond ou de plus en plus précis. Donnez la chance au corps de bien réagir et non de le provoquer.
I know they do effleurage first.
Le rage first, exactement.
They put flowers all over you.
Absolument. We smell good after that.
So if you're doing your one at a time, it's time to switch in about 40 seconds to the other quad. What's a quad? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 quads. If you ask my teacher, you have 6 quads. You have a little 5 that I found. I don't know where the 6th one is.
He's a beast. Comme Stevie disait tantôt, dans les procédures au niveau du massage, surtout en suédois cinétique, on commence par l'effleurage. Après ça, on fait du pétrissage, du foulage, du drainage, puis on finit le massage en effleurage.
All right,
Ça, c'est vraiment
switch legs for the
les
if you're
principes.
doing with the ball.
C'est vraiment les principes de base. Mais entre tout ça, il y a toutes d'autres petites techniques pour aller plus en profondeur, tout dépendamment du thérapeute.
So what are we doing by using a foam roller, or by massaging? We're giving the tissue. We're basically taking out the knots. The muscles contract and relax, and they have sort of like a interlocking feature, and they can stay stuck. That's where you have knots in your muscle, and you just get massage out the knots, and then they can slide. It's called the sliding filament theory. And there's actual x-rays showing knots in muscles. So you can, for sure you can feel them when you start to push on areas. So we call this workout, whatever, recovery today, simple but effective. So you're staying on certain areas for a while. So we don't need to do 1,000,000 to get an effect. So you use your arms to just manage the pressure. We're going back and forth in areas, and you can find one leg different than the other.
Yeah, one is smaller than the other.
Yeah. One is an arm and the other's a leg. Oops. Ay, ay, ay. So when it's too painful in an area, do a little bit and come back to that area. Don't go past the kneecaps. Oof. No.
Strangers in the night. As-tu des questions? C'est ça que je vois, l'horizon?
So it's foam roller day. So if you're wondering, the reference to our class, the name of the class today is from Stepping Wolf.
You mean the group?
Yeah. Get your roller running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. Whatever comes Michel's way. Like a caravan. We're in the last 20 seconds, and then we're going to switch to a different part of your quad. Come on, buzzer. All right, all right. Woo! Woof. All right. So now we're going to do the side of the leg with the foam roller. So we're going to do it for 4 minutes, and then we're going to do the other leg for 4 minutes. So just set up our time. You can get lost in space.
You're going to do the abductor?
So do the abductors, the lateral, vastus lateralis.
Lovely, it's even worse.
All right. So if you don't have the foam roller, take the ball, lie on your side, and you're going to push. You're going to stay in that area. Oof. So you just go in little areas, and you let the ball sink into your leg, and then you just move it. All right. It's not going to take much to hear some screams in this. Thank God we put you on mute. Woo! So if you're doing with the foam roller, 3 points: arm, hand, and foot, and scream. So your leg is on. You can do at different angles on your vastus lateralis, which is held in place by the IT band.
Oh my God.
Only 4 minutes.
That's it. That's it.
If it's too much, you go to the other leg and then come back. We're going to do 8 minutes in total.
Or you can go on your hand too.
C'est pas plaisant, mais c'est important.
C'est amusant.
If you see the faces.
No, we're not smiling. We're suffering.
I bring it up again. I might have said it before. The winner of the CrossFit Games the last 4 years takes 1 day a week, maybe more, and foam rolls for, he uses the balls, he uses the foam roller, he stretches for 8 hours of his day.
Si vous avez la chance de vous étirer dehors au beau soleil ou sur votre terrasse, au bord de la piscine, je suis sûr que c'est plus plaisant que dans un gym. Is it 4 minutes? It's painful.
Yes, it is very painful.
All right, halfway done.
All right, 2 minutes. It's like watching paint dry, maybe, but we're giving you the tools of the trade. Rolling away.
Bye bye, mon cowboy.
Bye bye, mon gigolo.
Exactement. Just the gigolo. Everywhere I go.
It's one of the lines of the song.
Yeah.
Maybe she meant Jello.
J-Lo. Just a minute.
They have different densities of foam roller. We'll just say, well, you'll thank me later, not now.
Not now. I'm crying inside.
Cry over foam rollers.
It's funny because I heard that song today.
Yes. Oof, when is this over?
Tell me.
15 seconds. Oof. You know how to roll pizza, you know how to roll your leg. All right.
Bien, merci.
It's your human rouleau à pâte. Again, if you're using the ball,
Hey, Pascal.
just check if anybody has any questions. No.
Pascal revient de faire sa course. She's gonna stretch with us. She's gonna
All right.
cry.
Good job. Good to do your exercise before and foam roll after.
Yep.
All right, 4 minutes of utter bliss. So remember, if you don't have a foam roller, again, where you use the ball, you lie down, the smaller ball is better for the outside, and you just do pinpoint. So it's sort of like pressure point, and then you just change with your hand. I've been doing been doing the foam roller all week long to help me with my psoas muscle, my groin, hip flexor. Psoas is spelled P-S-O-A-S. So as I was saying, I've been using the foam roller every day to help the recovery. Oh my.
Oh my.
And today I can walk back to 95%. And maybe I can go full tilt with Michel's kettlebell hell workout tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Whew. So we're not even moving, but I'm breaking a sweat. I'm generating heat. So it is, doing foam rolling, it is a stressor on the system, right? So you also have to go by your tolerance. You know, you can only take so much of Mike Tyson beating you up.
I don't want to try. Still my thing.
Ay, 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 ay. The body doesn't lie.
All right, thank God.
It tells you where it needs attention. Woo.
Your hip don't lie?
Yes.
Just look. Ay, ay,
So breathe through the pain. Use the points to take some of the pressure off. How much time, Michel? Can you tell me?
Sure. Yeah, minute 10 seconds.
Oh.
Reste une minute. Une minute.
1 minute left. This is so painful. You can't even imagine.
Oh, I do.
So go at your tolerance level. It's my left hip that's been saying ouch, ouch this week. I don't like pain. Muscular pain is okay.
Oh my God.
But
Just a go.
jeez. So these are important things to try to minimize the pains in your body. Woo! Yay, yay. All right. All right, we're going to do the inner thigh.
Oh, thank God.
Journey to the center of the earth. Again, ball or foam roller, your preferred method of transportation.
What?
Bus, metro, walk. All right, so if you're using the foam roller, bring yourself into a groovy position, and then you bring your knee at a 90-degree angle to your body, and then just work all the way to the groin.
You didn't start our time, buddy.
Of course not, I'm explaining.
Okay, sorry.
So, if you don't have the foam roller, just do pressure points with your ball. Stay in there, and then move along the whole inner thigh. All right. I'm gonna go 4 minutes. Michel's enjoying more time, so I'm just gonna move up my mat so I can see how much pain. All right. Here we go. 4 minutes. This is to undo all the knots that we've been creating through training.
Or bad food. Lack of water. Stress. On ne dira jamais assez, mais respirez.
So it just helps the potentiality of your muscles to grow again. Bigger, stronger. They need the healing. And this is one part of healing. Woof. So you have 5 adductor muscles, and they span the inner part of the thigh. Remember, don't do this in front of your bay window unless you're expecting a ring at the doorbell from your neighbor.
Maybe that's they want.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Oof. So just keep on going at different places. Oof.
Woof. Your dog's suffering?
It is.
Your hot dog?
Alright, only halfway there. This isn't supposed to feel
Good.
like someone's giving you a birthday cake.
It depends if it's a bad birthday cake. Tastes like
I'll take the foam roller.
sometime maybe. I'm just kidding.
It's the thought that counts, Michel.
It's the third exercise. I will remember this one for so long.
It's our turd exercise.
Oh yeah.
Ah, God. Yeah, yeah.
Il en reste moins qu'il en restait. Il reste une minute.
It ain't pretty, it just looks that way.
Ah.
Ah, it ain't pretty and it doesn't feel that way though. Ah. Ah. Whew. I'm at the dog park.
Yeah, eh?
Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof, woof. Ah. Hey. So it's also not only to increase your muscle growth potential, to reuse, to heal, but it's also there to, I forgot my train of thought, to create more circulation in the
joint,
in the
muscle.
body. 10 seconds. So all the return of the blood to the heart is by the ability of the muscle to contract and relax. Other leg.
What happened if you have only one leg?
And do it twice.
Do it twice.
Yes. All right. So remember, if you're using the ball, for the inner thigh, a bigger ball is better. So if you're using the ball, the bigger ball can get in a bit better. Oh.
It's stiff from my left.
There might be a side that is worse than the other.
Yeah.
I'm tapping out. Ay, ay, ay. So, this might be long and boring, but
It's worth it.
you know, it's like doing cardio. I don't love doing cardio, but it has such a good effect. I felt so good yesterday. And the different cardios, they feel different.
I can fall asleep like that.
You could fall asleep like this?
Oh yeah.
I could fall
fall asleep when someone's hammering on my head. I forgot to start the time. Just kidding.
How much time left? 2 minutes and a half.
Oof. This is the one that needs it though, for me.
But funny how it was stiffer, but it's the one who released the faster.
Oh, yes?
Yeah.
Just gonna see if I can hear any,
Crunch.
thing on the other side of the world. Just put my ear to the floor.
Maybe the Chinese speaker.
Yes.
How do you Australian?
No, we used to say, and put your ear to the floor and you can hear China. Ay. So remember, you can go all the way to the inner thigh. The attachment of all your adductors are along the inner thigh, and they come to an attachment point on your sit bones, right on the inside of the sit bone. Except for the pectineus muscle. That goes a little bit higher on your, called your pubic ramus. So you might get up and feel a little bit wobbly after doing this work. On your legs for sure. Make sure even if you're stretching or if you're doing foam rollering or ball work, you need to hydrate. So you're going to drink. This is going to release waste products into your bloodstream, and you need to flush them out. So you need to hydrate, you need to drink to flush them out. All right. I actually wish I could have done more on that leg.
Add 4 minutes.
So that was 3.
What was the third?
That was 3 exercises. 1, 2, good, 3. All right, we're going to do the last one. We're going to do our calves.
Oh yeah.
All right? Just going to see if anybody has any questions. Does anybody have any questions?
It's des questions. Est-ce qu'il y a des questions? Non, pas de questions.
Questioning what we're doing?
Yoann, si tu watches encore, ce sera peut-être le temps que tu t'étires, comme tu me disais tantôt. Pas tantôt, mais l'autre fois, tu es tendu au niveau du bassin. Ça peut être bon. Autant dégager au niveau des jambes.
All right.
Relâcher les tensions, c'est pas juste à un endroit, mais c'est. Des fois, en globalisant, ça peut aider.
All right, so we're going to do 4 minutes per leg, or both calves at the same time. I'll just put it for 8 minutes. We're going to do 4 minutes for the calves.
That's it.
We can do more, we'll see what happens. So you can put one calf on the foam roller, and then you can cross over your leg on top to put a little bit more pressure.
If you want to suffer, what you can do, you put the ball between your calf and your hamstring, and you squeeze it. And you try to breathe. So when you have a knot, tu peux changer de position.
So you can rotate, so you have it on the outside and then go more on the inside. You're going to feel different places. Another way of suffering is replay my jokes over and over and over.
I love this one.
I can make you suffer.
Ah là là.
Aye. Maybe 4 per leg. Might be tiring on your arms, so just adjust. Maybe choose the ball and do the masochistic Michel move. Time passes fast when it's painful. Not really. It's already 2:38.
Quand vous massez les mollets aussi, allez jusqu'en arrière des genoux. Vous pouvez descendre jusqu'au talon. Les tendons vont jusqu'en arrière du talon au calcanéus.
Jean Talon?
Jean Talon. John Hill. Fait que oui, si vous massez le ventre musculaire, ça peut faire du bien, mais en même temps, vous donnez la chance que le sang circule dans les tendons aussi. Comme on pratique en massothérapie, c'est plus plaisant, plus enveloppant.
C'est bon pour les tendons.
Effectivement. Si vous voulez plus de pression, vous avez juste comme Steve fait, croiser les jambes. Go deeper.
So when you turn your foot more on the outside, you're working your lateral gastroc, gastrocnemius lateral. When you turn on the inside, more at the first third of the top of the leg is the gastroc. If you go to the middle part of the leg, which is around here, you're working more soleus, and deeper in there is your posterior tibialis. If you go really lateral on the leg, you're working, which is deep. You get peroneals and you get your toe flexors. So you're, thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, switch legs.
Oh, it was 4 minutes per leg.
Yes.
Oh!
All right, you can do double.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
All right, we can switch legs.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. All right, keep on going.
So that's why it's so short. Sorry. Misunderstood.
It's all right, I did say that. I said we'll see what happens. Oof. So, it's important that all that moves because your feet function starts from there. You have deep layers in your feet, so you can always put pressure with the ball on your feet.
It's coming.
If you want, Michel, you can show that too.
Vous allez jusqu'entre les orteils.
This is with a smaller, harder ball. You can even use a golf ball in this case.
Yeah. On peut tourner autour du talon. Autour des malléoles. Pour les gens qui courent beaucoup, qui ont des fascias plantaires, ça peut toujours faire du bien. Allez-y selon votre capacité de recevoir la pression, la tolérance. C'est quelque chose que vous pouvez faire à tous les matins en vous levant aussi, ou en regardant la télévision le soir.
Listen to a good audiobook, podcast,
Save jokes.
Because those you can turn off. Ah. Oof. So it's important to know, so if you, to work, that dysfunction in a body doesn't just come from one place. If your knee is hurting, it's not coming from the knee. It's coming from a muscular, fascial, tendinous, ligamentous imbalance in a chain somewhere through the body, which kind of affect on the knee, on the hip, on the ankle. So it's important to work in globality. And, you know, if you're looking at what we've done right now, you see that one side of one leg might be worse than the other. Take it as notes. Oh, my whole left leg feels tight on the back side, or the whole right leg is feeling tight on the outside, but not so much on the left side of the compared. So you compare both sides and you look at the whole chain of events. And you work on your chain of events. Michel's creating athlete's ball. Athlete's foot.
Athlete's foot.
Now it's athlete's ball.
It is. That's where it's good.
You don't have to be an athlete to get athlete's foot.
No.
No.
Okay.
Ay, ay, ay. So, just for myself, I'm noticing a lot of tensions through my left side. And this is where I had my groin injury this week. Tightness. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sit, ooh, ooh, sit.
Sit. Oh, right there.
All right. Now we're going to go to the pleasant stuff. We're going to Mount Pleasant. So if you're wearing a hoodie, I suggest you take it off because the foam roller might get caught. We're going to go 8 minutes. You're going to sit on your foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, you're going to go all the way along the spine. With your ball, and you're going to use pointed areas. So you just go in a small area right beside the bony prominences of the spine. Then you just adjust by putting it a little higher each time. And you go and massage. You can draw a plus sign up and down, across, and then move up. We'll go 4 minutes, so you can, at the 4-minute mark, you switch sides, go all along the spine. So if you're using the foam roller, you're going to sit on your foam roller, and you're going to lie down, arms are out, and you're going to go side to side. Put your feet wider than your hips, and you're going to go side to side. This is going to feel good.
I feel good. Ding, ding.
So at the 4-minute mark, I'm going to switch the direction of the foam roller to give you another one. So you're working mainly between the shoulder blades. And you're going to go over the massive muscles, the paraspinal muscles, and go across them. And you're going to, the muscles will go between your body and the foam roller and sort of like make a floop.
A fluke.
A floop. Like a bloop.
A boop. A beep
And you
bop.
just go on the side that has more of that mass and just massage through that area.
Beep bop, boop bop, boop bop, bam, boo.
Your arms are out so you can be more stable. So you don't want to roll over. You want to roll as if you're on a plank and going side to side, and the plank hovers across the floor without doing that teeter-totter action. Remember, you have time to go through these and just massage through it. So if you're using the ball, make sure you're finding points on the spine and staying there and massaging, and then move to the next area.
Right there.
So there's a saying, success leaves clues. And so there's also, if you take that and you look at pain in the body, if pain leaves clues, pain is telling you, I need attention. So give your, Eckhart Tolle calls them the pain body. Give your pain body attention and focus in these areas. And the more you work on them, the better they'll become, more pliable, more mobile, more supple, and you'll be able to work harder and be more functional in life with less pain. You'll take less anti-inflammatoire. You might not need the cortisone shots. If the muscular system is working properly and it hasn't been too degenerated, then you don't need a cortisone shot every time. That cortisone shot is a Band-Aid. I'm not saying don't take one. I'm saying look for the alternatives while getting the analgesic effect of a cortisone shot if you do that every so often for pain. Take the time to learn about your own body. All right.
That's good.
So you're using the other side now. If you're using the ball, the foam roller now is going to be horizontal to your body. And you're just going to go all the way up and down the spine. You're not going to go straight on it. You're just going to rotate to one side and use your arms and legs as a support. Not to put too much pressure, to adjust the pressure needed in the areas. And if it doesn't need in an area, then move on to the next. Maybe I should turn the time.
It's a good idea. So bad.
You're so bad.
To sing. I'm a bad singer.
Can't be good at everything.
Absolutely.
Just sing in the shower.
I'll try. Or in my car.
So as things release in Michel's stomach, you can hear gurgles. And the same with mine. So it's just normal as tensions release. So slowly work yourself up the spine. You want to work between the vertebrae and les côtes, your ribs. They do well with some sauce.
Barbie barn.
No. Not my favorite place.
No? La Baton Rouge?
The Barbie barn has sweet ribs.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No?
No.
What do you like?
More like a whiskey jack sauce.
Tennessee whiskey.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So keep on moving yourself up. So this is what mashed potatoes feels like. It's so simple. We haven't used all these intricate leg around your head and whatever. You're just using a very blunt tool and just going around and massaging yourself.
Oh là là. Ouh là là. Ça va comme une papaya. Ah. It's giving birth.
So the further you go up the spine, you can take your arms away, or as they say in French, away, okay? And just rotating, you're just giving the space so that it rounds the back a little bit to get in between the shoulder blades. Most people say, I've got a pinch in my shoulder blade. And normally it's not they have a pinch in their shoulder blade, but there's so many muscles at the costovertebral area that gets so tight, so that you're really getting a pinch of the costovertebral joints, and they need to be moved. It just gets so tight. So this is a perfect thing to do for it. We're using the ball, and make sure you do both sides, because the vertebrae move both sides. And if it's seized on one area, it might cause pain on the other side. If your head gets heavy, you can support your head. Doing this stuff is pleasant versus the legs. The legs is definitely not pleasant. All right, we're going to get to the unpleasant zones. The underarm.
Oh yeah.
All right, so if you have a ball, I suggest going at the wall, because it's going to be too hard on the ground. So
It can be very painful.
for the foam roller, you're going under the armpit. You just have to watch out for you're turning into the ribs a bit.
4 minutes like that, seriously?
Going back and forth, yes.
Okay.
So if you have your ball, you go to the wall and you're just getting under your armpit all along.
My God, sorry.
Okay, just don't go in the armpit because you got a bunch of lymph nodes there. So you're going to your armpit, bring your arm up and just going up and down. I know you can't see that in the iPad, but just use the wall. All right, here we go, 4 minutes.
Oh.
So you can go on the anterior part of the ribs and you can go on the scapula also. And there's not a lot of meat there, so make sure that you're just pushing to your tolerance level. Use your body, your hips, and your arm. Comme un appui. Oof. Yes, 4 minutes. Oof. This is where I'm just going to use pressure in an area. Slowly let it release. And then go.
Let it go.
So in this area you have the grand dentelé, or serratus anterior in English, and it's a super, super, super important muscle for arm elevation and shoulder health. And normally you don't put things in your armpits or under them, so it might be very, very sensitive.
Oh yeah.
So you just, and the grand dentelé attaches right here. Oof.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
I love the other side after.
Yes. Thank God we're not octopuses.
No.
Remember, you can go on the scapula. So you just turn a little bit. Another muscle important for health of the shoulder. So before we were between tes omoplates. Now you're on the scapula. There's only two muscles in the shoulder that do external rotation. Teres minor, petit rond, and infraspinatus. And you need, if there's shoulder health problems, those two muscles, you can tell if you can't do this with your arm and you have shoulder problems, then you need to get somebody to look at it, because that's not a good sign. Yes. Ah, wow, 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 wow.
Chihuahua.
Ay, Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Eek. Ay, ay, ay. Ever seen a grown man cry? Go mash on his infraspinatus and teres minor.
Yeah. Whew. Cry, baby, cry.
All right, thank you. Other side. So armpit, serratus anterior area. We were talking about the densities of the foam rollers, and this is a pretty hard foam roller. You can have a few massage tools. I don't want to put this any longer than I have to.
Please.
This is our last one of the day. So remember, I'm using just pressure for myself on this because there's not a lot of meat on your ribs. Just little attachments, so they look like little teeth that attach onto the ribs and then they attach onto the shoulder blade. That's the grand dentelé. And it's important for every step of arm elevation. You'll be using your grand dentelé. So it's a long weekend.
It's a long weekend?
Yes. Is it
a long weekend?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's the track of time, man.
It's been a long month. It's been a Groundhog Day for the 2 last months.
Is that next weekend?
No, I heard it's this weekend.
Really?
I could be wrong, but I think it's this
I don't
weekend.
think you're right, I have no idea.
Just using pressure points to kill myself.
Whew.
So I stay on a little bit. Have my tolerance level lower. Ay, ay, ay. Woo. So you can use your ball, or you can use your foam roller. Oh my god. On your scapula.
Oh yeah, right there.
Eek. Little baby when it comes to this much pain, so I'll go slowly. If I do this, foam roller stop pushing on me.
They're not normal sounds.
No. If you turn off the lights, it's gonna be scary.
We're almost there. minute 20 left. No, 20 seconds left. Around. This is our last one of today.
Alright. Get ready for tomorrow.
What do we have in store for tomorrow, Michelle? It's our Kettlebell Friday with strength and fusion combined together using a kettlebell or a weight similar to a kettlebell. All right. Woo-wee! So you didn't sweat a lot. Hopefully you didn't swear a lot either. So thank you for joining us again to maximize the potential of your body through recovery. So we might be coming to an end of these classes as the world opens up slowly. So we will keep you updated, but we'll have our class tomorrow, and then Michel's going to get news if he's teaching, and that's it. So thank you for joining us, and see you tomorrow.
Alright, fait que merci beaucoup. Comme Sylvie disait, ça se peut que ce soit notre dernier workout demain. Ce qui est à prendre en note, dans le fond, c'est que toutes nos vidéos sont remises sur YouTube aussi. Fait que vous pouvez toujours les revoir si vous avez besoin d'inspiration. Il y a au-dessus de 40 workouts total avec inclusivement les stretching. Fait que ça se pourrait que la semaine prochaine, mon horaire change. Fait que d'ici là, on se revoit demain, puis pour un dernier bon workout, puis peut-être qu'on va en faire au courant des prochaines semaines à suivre. Mais on sait que demain, on se voit pour le cardio, non pas cardio, but kettlebell workout. So get ready, bring your stuff, and have a great day. See you tomorrow at 2. All right, guys, thank you. Thanks for coming.
You.